Guys, has a woman ever said, you need to change or else? Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Fugit, and that stands for the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. Guys, have you ever been in a relationship where the girl you're dating, or maybe even a wife, has said to you that you need to change something about yourself, about your habits, or else she's done, right? And it might be the source of many fights and a lot of strife. And you know, you care about this woman and you're just trying to figure out if you're compromising too much of yourself, if it's a change that's needed, or maybe if it's a combination of both, or maybe it's your ego, right? No one wants to be told that they need to change. They like to be told, oh honey, I love you just the way you are, right? So let's dive into that a little bit. And I want to start with the old saying that you may have heard, that women marry men hoping to change them, and men marry women hoping they never change. And it's funny, it's obviously a stereotype, but there's a lot of truth in it, though. Maybe you're a guy, and I've heard guys say this. They're like, I got together with her. She used to be active, energetic, full of life. Always had on makeup, dressed nicely. The lovemaking was tremendous. She did all this stuff. Monkey double backflips and whatnot, right? We'll keep it PG here. And, and then after, she said, I do, she didn't. You know what I mean? And so, you hear this stuff, and there's a lot of videos in my catalog here of videos. I believe, I don't know how many I'm approaching. It's over 1,000, though. And, talking about, your role in all of this, and relationships, and how you do the things that you need to do to continue to keep her attraction, rather. And when you do that, it usually falls in place. Keep centered, stay on your mission, treat her with respect, show her affection, continue to show her that you value her, listen to her, and such. Now, when you have a situation where, honey, I think we need to talk. There's something that's bothering me, right? Now, let's be honest, guys. Sometimes we're a little slow, right? Sometimes, that the light's on and nobody's home. Meaning, she's probably already told you a few times. And it's in one ear and out the other, or maybe you just really didn't take her serious when she said that she wanted you to change something. Now, there's certain change that is definitely good for you, okay? You may have some bad habits. You might be a drinker, smoker, you might use drugs, you might party too much. You might be a new dad and like to go out and party, or be a little bit crazy with your finances and not fiscally responsible. Whatever it is, basically you don't have your act together. And you're a little bit crazy, right? You got your wild side, you're still living like a bachelor, and, she's looking towards the future. Maybe she wants a family, White House, picket fence, all the sayings. And, there's certain things that you'll need to do in order to make her feel safe, secure, and hopeful for a good future. And that's on you, depending on your maturity level, where you're at in your life, how, your age. You might be ready for something like that, but just need a kick in the butt. then again, you might just need to do a little bit more growing up, a little bit more maturing. And, those types of changes are definitely for the better. Maybe you have an anger problem, maybe you've got a wandering eye, whatever it is, being a better person is always a good thing. And, whether it's getting in the gym and exercising, again, being better with finances, maybe choosing better influential friends, whatever it is, those things are all good changes. And it's something that you really need to consider, and everybody's going to be a little bit different in their ability to grow and adapt, right? You might be ready for that, you may not be. And again, it's dependent on your situation. If you're recently divorced, maybe you need to have a little bit of a wild streak in you. And if you've met someone that could potentially be a life partner, and it's really soon after a divorce and you're already having these talks, it might be a rebound relationship. It's something to consider. Maybe it's better not to make decisions to commit too soon. Okay, got a little bit of healing to do. And there's other kind of change though that a woman might ask of you, and it's a kind of change where if you're around friends or family and they're like, you don't always, you don't seem like yourself, you don't watch the ball games anymore, you don't, you had an interest in music and now, you liked rock and roll and she likes classical, just to give an example. And it's like you don't do the things you used to do. And they're not anything that's a bad thing. It's just something that is an interest, a hobby, a passion, maybe a favorite place you like to eat, whatever it is, right? And you change all these things to accommodate her interests, right? Maybe you've given too much of yourself. And it's friends from the outside looking in that will be able to look at your situation and tell you. And usually you don't even have to ask. They'll bring it to your attention because you seem so different. And when this happens, you really have to do some soul searching and figure out, is it really worth it to completely change who you are and what your interests are, what your goals are, in order to be with this partner to make her happy? There's a saying, the other person should be perfectly happy with who you are just as you are, right? That's what they were attracted to when they met you, and they should just accept it. Now, there's some truth to that for sure, in that, your partner should accept you for who you are, but there's changes that are too much of a compromise, or I call them soul-stealing changes, right? The things that you're most passionate about in your life, that you really care about, for you to change those things in order to make another partner happy, let's say like your religion, right? If you got a partner who's of another faith, and in her faith, she can't marry you or go forward unless you convert to hers, even if it's just for the family, just for show. It just depends on what that really means to her and what your faith or lack of faith really means to you. And only you can decide that. But you'll know if it's the wrong decision, because you'll get that pain in the pit of your stomach that something is just wrong. And that's for you to decide. If it's something, like I said, it's a passion, maybe it's your side hustle that you hope to make a dream one day, and you're with somebody who doesn't see that, or isn't supportive, or makes you feel inadequate because of your pursuit, then that's going to gnaw at you, and it's going to leave you resentful, and you can't move forward confidently in this relationship and give up all of this stuff in order to make this person happy. If it's something, again, that you love, it's something like something healthy. Another good example would be if you're a gym rat, and I've seen this over and over with both men and women that were real gym goers. They were fit, happy, energetic, just generally happy people, right? And they meet somebody and they fall for somebody who's not a gym rat, but says, yeah, I'll go to the gym with you. And little by little, what tends to happen is, because you like spending time with them, you start missing some gym appointments. You don't go as much. Maybe you move in together, start sharing things like finances, and then start to look at maybe what your membership cost, maybe what your trainer cost, or your self-care, and start to say, nah, you know what, I can let this go. I'll just work out at home and I'll be fine. maybe you're not that kind of person that can just work out at home and you need that accountability and that push of being in a gym or having a trainer, then you've compromised too much of yourself. And you're not going to be happy with yourself. Even if your partner's like, oh, I like you just the way you are. Yeah, because you're fit and you're in good shape, you know, you're on your game. You're doing the monkey double backflips, you know, in the evening hours, you know, bumping the holiest of holies, as they say, or as I say. I don't know who they are, but anyways, you know, it's just stuff like that that you have to really do some soul searching, because if that's a soul stealing change, you're never going to be happy, and ultimately there's going to be resentment, and it's a form, in my opinion, of settling. It's a big world. There's billions of people out there, you guys. But then again, those life-changing things, you know, those things that will make your life better, that's the keeper. You know, learning to communicate, you know, learning the love language and verbiage of the other person, what's important to them. You know, you just got to take a look at it. You have to figure out which one of those two it is to know if the change that she's asking for... Oh, train tracks. It's the shaky cam video. To know if those are changes that are going to make the relationship better, or if they're going to make someone in this relationship bitter. Like, share, subscribe.